Hey YouTube, it's Engineer Pat coming to you with just a couple of brief announcements. Another ACU is released. SD70 ACU 7301 has been completed and released from Altoona. NS5270 is getting a cab replacement. I'm really surprised at this. It's sitting at Smith's shop right now to receive a new Admiral cab, so I'm guessing they're just going to retire one of them and try the new cab and see what the crew's like on those. And also, NS SD60 6957 was damaged back in March on 213 when it hit a tree and some bad storms in Georgia. It is at the shops right now getting its cab replacement, and the project is going along very well. As you can see here it is at Bay 26. As you can see, they're trying to get the cab fixed on top. And this is what it was before, if I can slide through it. See, look at the way the tree has knocked the headlight out. I mean, it came right head on into the eyebrow of the cab. So, thank goodness the crew, I don't think this was a lead motor. I think it was one that was trailing. I'm not really sure. But thank goodness the crew was okay in this incident. But that's all the updates on Dash9.com. It's just a few brief announcements. It's not very many of them. I'm just went through it today and just happened to see some a few small updates. And let's see, I reported that on last time. So we're all up to date on Dash9.com. I did a small trip to Suffolk, got a couple of good trains. 236 with UP leader with a female engineer, and I was really surprised at that. I mean, I've seen female conductors, but I had not heard a female engineer voice on the radio, so that's the first time I've seen it. And got a shout out from the crew as the train passed. I was not able to catch it until I was able to play the video back. So that was that. The next one had 174 cars on it, and that was a massive 236. I was really, I said to myself, that was great. And 822 had an SD70 ACU leader on it. We're leading an SD60M 6791, and I was really surprised that was one of the. It's one of maybe a small handful of EMDs still wearing the older paint. I'm really surprised. You heard VO7 in that video because he was talking to St. Albans, that's his Commonwealth dispatcher. And so I wasn't able to talk a lot in that video, but I was able to do it after he was able to stop. So, just thought I would throw those a couple of announcements there. And also, today I caught NSV14 on my way to work. Happened to go a different route because the interstate was blocked. Had something going on up there, so I took the back way, and it parallels the Commonwealth, and happened to see V14 go in, and I pulled over to get it. It had a really nice V14 come in this morning. So, had a SD70M UP on it, one of the early versions of that unit, and a Dash9 WNS leading the way. So, to tell the difference between the older version of the M and the newer version of the M is just the radiators. The radiators on the first version were actually on the back of the engine. I don't know how it. I mean what's the terminology I'm trying to do? Here it is. The radiators were built into the size of the locomotive, and on the later versions of the SD70 Mac, the later version of the 70M, the SD70 Mac, the 80 Max, the 90 Max, and the SD70 ACE all have the flared radiators. The flared radiators first came with the SD45 and the SD45-2s. Most all of the other EMDs received the built-in radiators. So, that was an older version of the SD70M. UP has about 1,300 SD70Ms on their roster. They really like the SD70M. There were a few of the catches that I have seen recently. So 2 UP sightings on Norfolk Southern. Norfolk Southern leases a lot of UP around the summertime, and I will say, I love when UP comes my way, and I love it when BNSF comes this way too, because they actually lease the locomotives for a certain amount of hours, and then of course it goes back and it goes with other in different areas. I mean, locomotives that are leased from that Norfolk Southern leases from the other companies, they lease it on they do a little lease on it for X amount of hours, and then they send it back. So, so a little bit of variety here on Norfolk Southern now. I mean, BNSF has been running on NS that I've heard, and even some CN will pop in every once in a while. But CN for me is hard to catch, but I've seen. It's been a while since I've seen CN, but I've seen CP, Florida East Coast on CSX. I have seen Union Pacific and BNSF Power on NS and CSX combined. But I have not seen CSX on NS tracks. I mean, I have noticed that it has come up there every now and then, but to me, it's not really a big deal because I see both the companies all the time. But that is what it is. But hey, variety on the railroads is good. To me, I don't know how to explain this, but it actually kind of differs things up a little bit. And there's a little variety in it. And I love variety. But anyway, that's all the announcements that are out there. Man, I wish there were more to report on. But I'm really surprised that 5270 is getting an upgrade in its cab. I figured they would just rebuild the inside of it and just let it go, but I don't know what they're going to do with it. So, no. It says it's going to go under a cab replacement, so I'm really surprised at that. But many other rebuilds are still going on. SD70 ACUs are still going on, and Admiral cab rebuilds are still going on. Even the Eco rebuilds with the slugs are still going on. So Allatoona remains busy right now with the rebuilds, and not even including the general maintenance for many of the other locomotives. But anyway, that's all the announcements I have. I'm Engineer Pat, and I hope you enjoy my series of videos, and I will see you next time.